What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the Pro. Welcome back to a brand new video. We are here. We are back. And the Miami Heat have just won their playing game against the Chicago Bulls. What a win, man. I mean, it was a pretty wire-to-wire convincing win. We were up by as much as 25, I believe. And yeah, they made a little run in the third quarter, but the lead never went down double digits. It was always at double digits or more. Yeah, I mean, really convincing victory for the team. A lot of guys contributed, pitched in, and played really well for us, and super happy with some of the performances. I thought we played the game plan to perfection, honestly. I think, what did I say? I mean, in the preview, when I made it, if y'all watched the video, I mean, you guys will know I kept hammering about how bad the Bulls are defensively, especially in the paint. They're one of the better three-point defenses. They hold teams to under 34% three-point shooting, which we actually outshot tonight. We shot 37%, so that was good. But their paint defense is absolutely lackluster. So definitely very excited and happy about the fact that our paint defense was really on point tonight. I mean, sorry, paint offense was on point tonight. I mean, the first quarter and the second quarter just looked like layup lines for Tyler Hero. Just like, it was just honestly no resistance. Again, they're not a very big team. You know, they don't really have a lot of size or rim protection. So we took advantage of that for sure, and we definitely set the tone offensively. And then third quarter shooting kind of regressed, which kind of was what we expected, because the first couple of quarters we were shooting absolutely nuclear from three, and you know, third quarter is when they started to tighten the screws a little bit defensively, and shooting peeled off a little bit, cooled off, but we were able to definitely, you know, even though the shooting was cooled off, we definitely did do a lot of things well, especially defensively. I thought we limited transition opportunities really well. The Bulls are a team that loves to run, and we handled that transition game really well. You know, I think from top to bottom, the game plan was really good by Spo. A lot of players chipped in. Tyler Hero obviously led the way, 38 points. I mean, incredible performance, especially in the first half. He was perfect from the field and from the three-point range, and from the free throw line. He had 23 points in the first half alone, and then had 15 in the second half, and was absolutely on fire tonight. He was crazy, making shots from all over the court. I mean, that's just a Tyler Hero, typical Tyler Hero performance, man. I mean, this guy is just an absolute stud. Bam Adebayo didn't shoot the ball too well tonight. I mean, he was a little bit inefficient, but I thought defensively, you know, I loved how Spoelstra had him on Giddey from the start. You know, Giddey's been the guy causing us problems all year whenever we played this team. So Spo literally just said, you know what, we're throwing our best defensive player on Josh Giddey. He's not going to get anything tonight. And Bam shut him down. He had a couple of baskets. He did score. He scored 25 tonight. I'm not saying he was terrible for them, but 9 for 21. He didn't really get going until the second half. The first quarter, he had a couple of cuts here and there, fast break points, but none of that was on Bam. But whenever Bam was on him, it just was absolute locks. You know, they couldn't get anything going. Kobe White really struggled. He was 5 for 20. Wiggins, I thought was probably Wiggins' best defensive game that I've seen in a Heat uniform. He was absolutely incredible defensively, Wiggins. I mean, he didn't shoot the ball extremely well offensively, but defensively, he was all over the passing lanes. He was getting deflections. Sometimes he would switch onto the center with Khalil Ware in foul trouble, and he held his own. You know, 2 steals. He was really good. I mean, 8 or 9 rebounds. Really contributed, man. Wiggins played really well. I'm super happy with the defensive effort of Wiggins, and he is a guy that we'll definitely rely on down the stretch. Davion Mitchell off the bench, I mean, this guy is just ridiculously good. I mean, he is an absolute stud. Perfect from the field, you know, perfect from the three-point range, 15 points, 9 assists. I mean, when you have a guy like that coming off your bench, it's a luxury, and it's a luxury to have a guy like that we basically stole away from the Raptors, and definitely needs an extension. So a lot of positives for sure. I can go on and on. I thought Kyle Anderson, even though he scored 0 points, was really impactful with his defense tonight. Plus 15. I thought Alec Burke started off the game pretty well. Khalil Ware, I thought, was big. And then Duncan Robinson had a couple of huge threes in the second quarter to extend the lead. So everyone who played, I thought, did a pretty good job for us. Nikola Jovic did not play. He was questionable, but I'm assuming he'll be ready for Friday. And then Pelle Larsson, even though he was cleared to play, didn't get many minutes. Spo probably wanted to save him a little bit as well. So good performance by the guys. Now moving on to the Hawks game. I'm going to do the preview in this video as well, just because the game is on Friday. Hawks, I mean, listen, they struggled against Orlando. I feel like they had a pretty rough game against Orlando last night. Only put up 95 points. They shot 19% from three. They didn't really get a lot of threes up. And Orlando, credit to them, is a really good defensive team, but Atlanta just struggled all over the place. I mean, Trae Young had 28, but it was on 38% shooting, and nobody else really got going for them. The Hawks are not a good team. You know, they don't really have a lot of offensive guys besides Trae Young. I mean, Risa Shea has been pretty good for them, but he is a rookie. And he's probably their second best offensive player who's playing right now because Jalen Johnson is hurt. But apart from that, nobody really I trust on their team offensively. I mean, you're not really looking at a lot of bucket getters on their squad. They do have Okongwu, who's a pretty decent center. I feel like him and Bam always go head up, pretty well. Since high school, they've been playing against each other, Okongwu and Bam. Okongwu was actually one of the names he said he looked up to coming into the NBA was Bam Adebayo, so that's pretty interesting. Dyson Daniels is going to be all over Tyler Hero. That's what you have to kind of watch out for with this team, is that the Bulls, even though they didn't have defenders, and because of that, Tyler Hero was crazy tonight. It's not going to be the case for the Hawks. I mean, Dyson Daniels is in the Defensive Player of the Year conversations. He's first team all defense this year. He leads the league in steals. He is going to be a pest, and you're going to have to figure out how to get Tyler Hero his favorable matchups, because he's going to try to shut Tyler Hero down. And Dyson Daniels is very capable of doing that. He's a really good defender, so we're going to have to get a lot of screening action to get him off of Tyler, and you're going to have to figure out how other guys can beat you. Trae Young needs to be hunted. So even though Dyson is one of the best defenders in the league, Trae is one of the worst. So either we switch Tyler Hero on, or Trae Young on Tyler Hero with the pick and roll, and they might try to switch it back, or they might, try to make sure that Dyson is chasing over the screen. But whoever Trae Young is guarding, whether that's Wiggins, whether that's Hero, I mean, they're probably going to put him on Alec Burks. So we're going to have to see a lot of Burks screening action. But Atlanta, as a team in general, they don't shoot the three ball well. They're a high scoring offensive team, and they're second in assists, but the 3-point percentage is not that high. They don't turn the ball over, which is pretty good actually for them, even because they're second in assists. Steals, they're second in because of Dyson Daniels, but defensively, like Chicago, they just give up a lot of points, man. I mean, they have that one guy, like I said, Dyson, who's a really good defender, but apart from him, it's just not really that many defensive players on this team, So you're gonna have your opportunities to eat defensively if you need to, or eat offensively if you need to, other than the guys who are on Dyson Daniels, but. We forced a lot of turnovers against Chicago tonight. Atlanta's not as prone to turning the ball over, so let's see if we can kind of get some turnovers forced by the guys on them as well. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. But listen, I mean, it's going to be a really fun and exciting game. I cannot wait to see how it transpires. And yeah, I mean, hopefully on Friday we see a dub. Now that we won the playing game against Chicago, I'm all in to root for this team to make the playoffs. I know I was iffy about the pick situation, but if we already won the first one, we might as well just get into the playoffs. I don't think the Cavs are going to be like a nightmare matchup, even though they're probably going to win the series. I still think we can get a couple of games off of them if we play to our potential. I think the Heat's biggest X factor, and it's like I've been saying this all season, is the three-point shooting. If they're shooting the ball well from three, I think they're always going to have a chance to win games. So that shooting is going to be very critical. You're going to have to see a lot of guys making their shots. Andrew Wiggins, Bam, Hero, Mitchell, Burks, Robinson, Jovic if he plays. Everybody's going to have to make their shots, especially their threes. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. It's in Atlanta, so a road game. It's not a home game, but I feel like Atlanta Heat fans always do pack out that crowd. So hopefully we can get some fans who are in Atlanta to show up and show out, man. Heat Nation, get in there. And hopefully we see a dub and advance to the playoffs, which is against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So we'll see what happens, man. Again, leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new, comment down below your thoughts, questions, concerns, all that stuff. I will see y'all later as always, man. Have a nice day. Peace.